Hello everyone, PolishLynx here. Let's continue Narcissu sign second. So the little girl took out her rosary that was given to her, and so we'll see what will happen. That was what I had once given to her as a present. Really, without this, it won't become magic, right? And then, quietly bringing hands together, facing where the sun would rise, she spoke. Hallowed by the name, and led us into the temptation. This was also what I had taught her before, a number of parts from the Lord's Prayer. However, for this girl, she didn't even know the meanings to the words. Simply words for salvation, as nothing other than magic. That was all she thought of them. One-san, do you think I was hurt now? And those words nodding or even affirming was beyond me. I just could do nothing but remain silent. It's useless. Perhaps I should have said that, or perhaps I should have spoken of atonement, or perhaps I should have said, for having lived 8 years, be thankful to God. Say, One-san, pray with me? At those words, I silently nodded, could do nothing but nod. Then, just like the girl who still continued to pray, to that high sky, I offered a prayer. The remaining night air, the whitening sky, the cicadas that started to call, common everyday things of a summer day. From this 7th floor's rooftop, I prayed only for the girl. Always, half was used for forgiving myself, but now, gathering all of it, I prayed only for the girl. Definitely supposed to be listening somewhere. Towards that God, I prayed. For some reason, tears came. Why are you crying? It's fine. Cry. At a time like this, it's okay to cry. Those were whose words? Lord Jesus? No. Those were my words. If I were a saint, if my words were not simply for comfort nor a charm, if they were real magic, then now a miracle would happen. Those living and those left behind, no matter how much of a best friend, Alois could not become Patricia. I learned of my own powerlessness. Down came to Mount Fuji 5th station. We got out of the car and took some big stretches. Hey Setsumi, where do you think he is? All of a sudden? What about? God and the like. I don't know. You're the specialist, aren't you? Indeed, I was, wasn't I? And then, after a bit of thinking, I suppose over there. As she spoke, she looked up at the sky. The pure blue summer sky stretched on forever. Yeah, might be that if you're not closer, you can be hurt. Just saying that, Himeko-san started walking towards the climbing paths. I had sensed the possibility, but already the detect acne scent was the same as suicide.
本気なの。
You're serious?
禁忌
It's
な
forbidden, isn't it?
カトリック
For
の
Catholics.
元に
Farmers
関係
have
ない
nothing to do with that. And then, stopping her, walking feet and turning around.
悪いわね。
Sorry, Setsumi.
一言
There's a few things I won't be
言って
satisfied
やらないと
until
気が
I'll
済
say
まないの
them.
言うって
Say to whom?
誰に決まってる
Is
じ
it
ゃん
obvious? To that so-called god.
神様とやら
Some complaints.
文句はない。
Complaints? To God? Was she serious?
もしかして
This is the
それ
final
が
one?
最後の一つ。
Yeah. This is the final
こ
one.
れが最後の一つ。
With just that answer, Himeko-san began walking towards the climbing path. Right now, I should be stopping her. Or perhaps I should be giving her back a push. Because I didn't know which. Just being by her side was all I could do. The sun had come right above and, unheeding of the altitude, the cicadas noisily cried. This is harder than I thought.
思ったよりきついわね。
He continued on the climbing path. Walk a bit, then rest, walk a bit, then rest, just repeating that. Occasionally outer mountain climbers would quickly pass us by, while we slowly went upwards to the high place that Himeko-san aimed for. Now it was some 2 hours in, and we were making to leave the new 6th station.
大丈夫。
Are you alright? Not
あ
particularly
んまり大
alright.
丈夫じゃないわね。
Just as the words meant, her panting was furious. Even when the food and drinks that we bought at the shop were being carried by me. It probably didn't need saying, but Himeko-san was a resident of the 7th floor. No matter how healthy she looked, no matter that she didn't need a wheelchair, that was because of her age. Her condition's progression had simply been early. Even without doing anything, there was no mistake that she was within range of death.
何よその
What's with
顔
that eyes?
言いたいことがある
If you've got
はっきり言い
something
な
to
さい
say, say it straight.
もう帰ろう
Let's go back.
もっと強
Say
く
it
言って
with more force. Huh?
だったら
If that's what you want,
もう
say
帰
go
れって
back
命令
and
して
order
よ
me.
もう
Go
帰れ
back.
やっぱり従えないわね
Looks like I can't obey. And then, once again her feet have moved to ascend. Right now, I wonder what should I do. Unable to pull her back, was I only able to be there, helplessly watching?
じゃ
Then,
あ押してあ
I'll
げる
push you. That was why I pushed Himeko-san's back. So as not to lose to the step slope, so as to make it even just a bit easier. In my own way, this was all I could do.
やめなさい説
Stop,
明
Setsumi.
いやよ
No.
あなたの
If you get
具
sick
合
too,
悪くなったらどうする
what would that do?
私は
It's not gonna want that.
そんなこと望んでいるわけじゃないわじゃ
Then, let's go
あ
back.
帰りましょう
Let's.
それは
This exchange. We repeat over and over, while slowly Himeko-san climbed up. Eventually, when those feet stopped, it was the time that I feared. And that time, just what should I do? As the orange-stained day, all unnoticed, turned to the purple of night.
ここで
This
いい
is good. Finally, Himeko-san's feet stopped. We were just beyond the 7th station perhaps, It was a place with many rocky stretches and a very wide, wonderful view. Looking at my watch, it was already 3 o'clock at night, which meant also an entire day has passed. As expected from the time and perhaps yesterday's weather, there were no other climbers to be seen.
夜明けを待って
Wait for the dawn,
ここで言う
and
わ
then I will stay here. Saying that, Himeko-san began walking toward the edge of the rocky stretch. Peering down the edge of the cliff, it was dark and hard to see, but the bottom of the ravine was far enough that you couldn't guess its height. And the least, if you were to throw yourself out without a doubt, you wouldn't live.
いよいよ
Finally, we're getting revved up there, aren't we?
高さも
There's plenty of height too, right?
え
Indeed,
え7
about
階
100
100
times the 7th floor. Altitude about 3000 meters. And also no high fence for protection.
説明
Setsumi, if you have
聞
something
きた
to
いこと
ask,
があったら今のうちよ
now is the time. At those words a number of thoughts swirled, but even though there should have been a number of questions for some reason, putting each one into words was difficult. So after a moment's thought, I finally opened my mouth.
もっと
Tell me more about
ひめこさんの
Himeko-san.
ことを教えて
This was also a question that resulted from my thinking.
私のことを聞
Do
き
you
たいの
want to hear about me?
それとも
Or do you want to
私
hear
のよう
about
な
someone
立
in
場
my
にある者
position?
のことを聞きたいのひめこさん自身の
About Himeko-san herself.
私は
I'm one
こ
of
の
the
世界に5万という
great many
クリスチャン
Christians in the world.
それ以上
Nothing more, nothing
それ以下
less.
でもないわ
But now she was going to say complaints to God. That was probably attempting to break one of the greatest of prohibitions.
じゃあ
Then, from
以前の
before,
フランダースの
about the dog of Flanders.
どうして
No
も3
matter
人の
what,
中から
you have to pick
選ば
one
ない
of
と
the
い
three
けない
people.
ええ
Yeah, for people.
人にそれ以外の
There
選
are
択肢
no
は
other
ない
choices. She firmly said so. The one who was leaving, Nello, the one left behind, Alois, the two that will never meet. Sorry.
じゃあひめこさん
Then
は
Himeko-san is which? For that question there was no answer. Little by little, the sky whitened in this place. In this place where it seems you could touch the sky, she quietly hung her head. Surely, the pajama-wearing Himeko-san was Nello. Then, the Himeko-san now was probably Alois, to say complaints to God. If Nello wasn't allowed to, then it was understandable. Then, just who was I? For what purpose was I brought to this place?
どうやら
Looks like the time's come. Saying that, Himeko-san looked up at the sky.
説明
Setsumi, take this.
受け取りなさい
And then, taking something from her pocket, she handed it to me.
ロザリ
A rosary?
別に
It's
捨てて
fine
くれ
if you
て
throw
もい
it
いわ
away.
ただ
It's just, I don't have the
No,
right to
that's
carry
not-
it anymore.
持ってい
You
る
see?
資格ないからね
Just one that was supposed to mean. I didn't have to ask to know. However, up until now, even while saying she was a former, why did she carry it with her all this time? When I thought about it, I felt that deep down, it's not like she really wanted to do this.
本当にいいの
Is it really okay?
祈りがある
It
の
means that if
呪
there
い
is a
があるっ
prayer,
てことよ
then there is also a curse.
やめてほし
I
い
want you to stop. I can't say
そう言っ
that.
ちゃダメ
Depends on the reason. A reason. Want to pull her back? Even if Himeko-san herself wished to, even if she were already a resident of the 7th floor with a closed-off future. If, just like with living, people were given the right to die, then a reason to only stop that. Just who would have such a thing? And I don't even know what is right. What would be kindness? Let's stop it here from now. It seriously is getting intense. See you in the next one. Bye.